Hey guys, Kaylee, your friendly neighborhood hairstylist here, and today we are going over some rollers from Wish. So I have 4 kinds of rollers here to test from Wish, and we're gonna see which, if any of them work. This is obviously gonna go down over several days because they have to air dry and that takes a little while, so it's gonna be fun times. And I wanna start out with these, which I am most excited about. They seem the most promising, so let's start on a high note. So this is plastic, not rubber. It really feels like almost a McDonald's toy. And then it has these little spikes right here to grab onto the hair. Obviously my hair is currently dry, so I'm just gonna dampen it and then I'm gonna pop in the curlers. So you want your section nice and smooth. I'm gonna wrap them around the spiky part and then you roll it back down. All right, that's not too bad. I'm impressed actually. You, I am less impressed with. Okay, next one. Oh my gosh, this is taking me back to beauty school. Uh-oh, that broke. That broke real good. All right, we're just gonna put that over there. All right, it's all in. It feels so secure. Oh my gosh. Now, I definitely want these to dry a little bit faster than just air drying, so I got something off of Wish for free. I got a hair dryer hood. Put my hair dryer into one side and it acts like the little bonnet hair dryers that you sit under at the beauty salon. I feel like I need an extra hand for this. I think the opening might be too small. No, man. So I think this might not work after all that buildup. But don't worry, I have another one. Of course I do. I'm Kayley Melissa. I have ridiculous tools all over my house. Got my backup one. Oh yeah, she's looking fire. And then we turn it on. And now we wait. I look like Toad. It's me, Toad. What does Toad do? I don't know, I just know Mario and Peach. All right, it's all done, so let's see how this looks. Okay, that is tighter than I thought. And let's keep going. Uh-oh, we have encountered our first problem. Oh no. No! Oh my god, what's happening? What's happening? It's tangled in the teeth really badly. Okay. Ha! Ha! Praise everything, it came out. Oh, another one. No, no, no. Man, the teeth do create some problems when you're taking this back off. And by some, I mean, you know, that. Man, I need those hairs. All right, getting these in, a dream, getting these out. Stuff of nightmares. Oh yes, oh yes. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is try to kind of pull these curls apart and go for kind of like a natural curl look. So annoyed, this side curled really well and this side's like, what? My name is no, my number is no, my hair is no. The ends are all really gnarly, like really gnarly. I think I'm gonna give these rollers a solid maybe. They could definitely work. Like they're not bad, but I'm also not really tempted to try again. I just lost so many strands of hair doing it. I'd prefer not to do it again, which is why I'm not gonna retry, even though I think maybe with the second try, especially on this side, I might be able to make this work. I don't wanna do that to my hair. I'm afraid I'm gonna lose more hair, don't wanna do that. So that's it for this one. I think a medium if you're willing to put the time and effort into it, but those teeth are dangerous. It's time for day 2 and I already have a Wish item on my head. I think I paid like $2 for this little hair turban towel. It is better quality than I expected, though it has absorbed surprisingly little water. Today's rollers are these little spiral rollers. So these are a very hard plastic. They are pretty much completely inflexible and they have a little hook at the top which is supposed to hook on to the top of your hair. And then within this bag, they have what looks like plastic shavings. It's these little weird curly cues, but these are actually meant to hold your hair at the end of the roller. And then in addition to the rollers, in a lot of the pictures on the listings, there were end papers used on the rollers as well. So an end paper is basically like this little tiny piece of tissue and you wrap it around the ends of the hair before you wrap your hair around the roller, and it keeps everything nice and flat so that it doesn't end up doing this. So I'm at least gonna try and see how that goes. To be honest, it took me a minute to figure out how to do these correctly because I couldn't find pictures online, but eventually I stumbled upon it. So what if I do the hook first and like scoot it up as close to the top as I can and then start wrapping? Got it. I think I'm gonna play some hype music and keep going. It has been a full hour putting these in, and I have now run out of rollers and I still have hair left. So I was trying to decide what to do with the hair that's left over, and I realized that I have straws that are about the same width as the rollers. So I thought I would test out straw curls for the first time to finish off the hair. That way it will look kind of the same, and we can compare how straws compare to actual hair curlers. So you grab the straw and your piece of hair, you wrap the piece of hair around the straw, fold the straw over on the one side, fold it over on the other side, and you use an elastic band to hold it in place. Okay, first impression, that is way easier than these rollers. There you go. All right, it's only been a couple hours, but it's already dry, and it's much tighter curl than I expected. Okay, they're out. I can tell this is tight, but I haven't like seen it. Oh girl. In order to make these curls work, I went in and meticulously pulled apart each curl into several curls to create a lot more volume. That got a lot more volume from pulling them apart, so guess what we're doing on this side? Something about this feels like very old school Taylor Swift. Wow. I feel like a little bit like a 90s country singer, a little bit 80s. What I can tell you is that this is the most defined, like pretty tight curl I've ever gotten, like with a curling iron or otherwise. So that's really impressive. But then for the cons, first of all, because it is that really sturdy plastic, I don't think you could sleep on these. Like, I don't see a world in which that can happen. Second, you can only take a little bit of hair at a time because it has to fit between the grooves. That does, you know, create some of the positives, but that does also mean that you're gonna have to take smaller sections, which means it's gonna take longer and more rollers depending on how much hair you have. I also did really find that the straws did almost the exact same thing, and it was significantly easier. Even though you don't have the little grooves to keep you straight, it's just like wrapping hair around a curling iron, and then you kind of squish it all together and it gets that similar shape. You're still gonna have that really springy curl. So while I do recommend the spiral rollers, my winner of today are straws. They're even less expensive, they're even easier to get your hands on, and they're so easy to use. Like, Instagram had it on lock for so long and I had no idea. Straw curls are where it's at. So that's been today. It's been a win for Wish and a win for straws, and I am excited to see what tomorrow brings. Here we are, day 3. Time for our last set of rollers. So today we're gonna do 2 sets of rollers because I didn't buy enough of either to do my entire head. But at least we can compare them, right? So first we have these little suction cuppy ones, and then I have these strawberry foam rollers. Like, how adorable is that? That's the entire reason I bought them, because they look like strawberries. Anyway, we're gonna try these out over here, these out over here, and see how it goes. Suction cups first. What happens is that this top flips up. You wrap your hair around this is your roller, and then the top flips back down and holds it in place. And my hair looks more dry than it feels, but I am gonna spritz it with water as I go just to make sure everything's, you know, good to go. Okay, so the side that doesn't flip down goes here, and then we wrap it away, keeping it as flat as possible. And then we're gonna flip this down. Oh, that was easier than I thought it would be. I look like I have a suction cup stuck to my head, or a very cute barnacle. I feel like they'd be really, really secure. Like, yeah, really secure. So I have a question for you guys. What kind of videos would you like to see more on my channel? I've been playing around with the kinds of videos that I make a lot this year, and I'd love to see in the comments what you guys think, what kind of videos you're liking, maybe what kind of videos you'd like to see, and anything is game. And if you see a comment that somebody left and you're like totally into it, you know, upvote that comment. The ones that get lots of upvotes, I will definitely be paying attention to. Okay, that's it. There is a 90s toy that I feel like, what is it? Oh, it was like a ball and it had these little things on it and it would like shake and like, I don't remember anything else about it, but if you guys know what I'm talking about, let me know. Point of the story is I look a little funny, but I'm not mad at it if it gives me good curls. Now let's try this side with the strawberry rollers. So we have the adorable little strawberries. They are very squishy foam, and then inside you've got the cord that you're wrapping your hair around. So I think hypothetically you just wrap your hair around it and that's it. Let's try it. Okay. Okay. All right, so that's our strawberry side. It's very comfortable. It does feel like a little nodule of hair because it's all wrapped around right here. So you feel like this swishes down, it feels like a little tiny pillow, and then you feel like this little tiny like nodule in there. It's like a princess and the pea situation. But getting this in took about 10 minutes, which has been one of the faster methods so far. And I do feel like I could do it a little faster, like once I know what I'm doing better, and probably when my hair is a little wetter so I don't have to keep like spraying it down every section. So this was both easy and very cute to do. Now I'm gonna just let it sit and I will come back once they're dry. So I might be wearing the same shirt and my makeup might be similar, but it is now the next day. I put these in at like 11 a.m. yesterday and I went throughout my day. I kept checking to see if they were dry. They weren't, and I got to 11 o'clock at night and I was like, I have to go to sleep. And now I've awakened, and if they're not dry by now, they're just not gonna be. After about 24 hours, I am excited to see how these look. Wait, that's actually kind of pretty. What? I am shooketh. Wow. There are just a couple areas that aren't perfect, and I just want to touch them up with a little bit of heat. Because I'm of the mind that like, if you can do a heatless hairstyle and it's like 90% heatless and then you use like 10% heat to fix it up, why not? It's a lot less heat than it would be and faster. There we go. So I look now as though I really spent a lot of time with the curling iron, when really I spent 10 minutes with rollers, I let them dry, and then I touched up with the curling iron in like 2 minutes, and I am a really big fan. I feel like I'd do this again for sure. All right, so far so good on this side. Let's see what's going on over her. This is really wet still. Only a couple of these got dry, which is really frustrating. Curls are really pretty. It's kind of sad that you can see the ridges where the little cups were. That's not cute. So because they were wet when they came off the roller, like they're already loosening up so much. It's almost like a really loose wave now. So that's a little disappointing. This did actually turn out better on me than I've seen it turn out on a lot of people, so I'm not actually that mad, but I'm not in love either. So I actually want to leave you guys with some final thoughts on all the rollers, but first I'm gonna curl this side to match this one. Okay, now we're matching. Feel a lot better now. So starting with day one, those rollers really could have given me a similar look to this, I think, if it hadn't tried to eat my hair. And that was the biggest problem for me, because I know that I could have done it again and I could have made them look so much prettier, but I just couldn't do it to myself, and I couldn't do it to my hair because I literally lost a handful of hair using those, and I couldn't do it again. And then day number two, those were so cool and you guys loved it online. I posted a picture on my Insta story and I have never gotten a response like that. First of all, thank you for the response. And if you guys want me to do an actual tutorial where I get more in depth, talk about how to pick the curls apart and everything like that, I can do that. Let me know. I'll put a poll up on the screen. Just, you know, this video was about trying out rollers and it was my first time using them, so I'd rather go back and actually like give you guys good detail if that's what you want to know. And then for day three, we had our strawberries and our suction cups. The strawberries went surprisingly well. They were pretty good to sleep on and they stayed in really well throughout the night. So I would do it again. I'm gonna probably buy more so that I can take smaller sections and then they would dry faster. But you know, as long as you're willing to touch it up with a curling iron, I think the effect is really pretty, and I love that I used a lot less heat. The suction cups, nah. No. It was just not the greatest experience for me. So that's my experience trying out Wish rollers. That was a lot of fun. And I have learned now from Instagram that you guys really like the tight natural curl look. So if you want more videos based on that kind of look, let me know in the comments down below. If you liked it, don't forget to hit that like button because it really helps my channel out and I really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so that you can be notified every time I post a new video and you can be part of the Braidaholic family over here on Kayley Melissa. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll be back on Wednesday with my next video, so please be sure to come back for that, and I will see you then. Mwah! Bye! I feel like my southern accent really comes out when I say roller, because I always just want to say roller. It's a roller. I'm from the South. I don't know if I've mentioned that. And my accent slowly faded out over the years, but with words like roller and Jason, actually, I always want to say Jason. Roller and Jason. Everything else, totally this. But those two words get me.